This is my first stream on YouTube. This is my day one. Hi, I wonder if everybody can hear me. That is the moon behind me. I should have set my camera before, but anyways, we'll begin right now. Hello everyone, this is my first stream ever of my life. This is one day after I commented to the entire world that I'm going to be making what, $100 million in 1,000 days. And why isn't it focusing? Let me just do a small thing and figure this out. Yep, this is way better. Hi everyone, this is, yes, the frame looks beautiful. I'm sorry, I should have done this beforehand, but I'm like extremely big on aesthetics, so I'm not gonna risk that. Alright, so I've got the mic, I've got the light, I've got moonlight, there's an aeroplane, and whoa! Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is my first stream ever. This is my first stream. This is the day one after I commented to the entire world that I'm going to be making $100 million in 1,000 days and get my regnant black Bugatti Tourbillon. Now, so see, I'm 24 years old, right? I don't have any given written plan about how I'm going to go about this, but there are some extremely important things that I've learned in life, which I'll be sharing, and I'm going to be telling you all how I am dealing with this 1,000-day challenge and how is the first day going to be. Like, for example, I woke up, I'll tell you what happened today. I woke up at around 4 p.m. Yes, I slept very late last night because of all the work that I was doing, and I woke up at 4 p.m. Right after waking up, the only thing that's fine. That is, how can I make $100 million? Because I have now committed to the world now, and this is what I'll be talking about a lot more in my coming videos. That is, an irrevocable decision is the most important thing that you need to make in order to achieve your dream or to do anything. So the goal of my life is to basically inspire people. I want to be an inspirational force for the world, a motivational force for the world. I want to awake the sleeping potential and bring it out to the world. My work in this world should be known as the person who facilitated human potential. My work in this world should be known as a human potential facilitator. I facilitate human potential in this world. So I woke up at 4 p.m. and the only thing that was on my mind was, how can I make $100 million? And this is where it gets exciting, because it was such a big paradigm change. Paradigm's also something that I'll be talking a lot more in the future. So before, okay, so people are joining what I would have never expected. Anyways, I have 5 viewers. So before I just blabber on, I want to give you a rough overview of what has happened and what's going to happen. Yesterday, February 20th, I committed. Yes, I mean today itself in the morning, I committed that I'll be making $100 million in 1,000 days. I'm going to buy my own regnant black Bugatti Tourbillon. After that, I slept, I woke up. I have no idea how I'm going to do it, and this is my first stream. This is what this is how we'll carry on from here. So the only things that I've decided up till now is that, so I woke up at 4 p.m. Why am I repeating things? This is so redundant. I'm sorry. But yes, so I woke up at 4 p.m. I was super stressed. I was like, I have to make $100 million in 1,000 days. How am I going to do it? I have to do it. And I was like, how can I do it? And I was stressed. I started Audible. I listened to Science of Getting Rich. I listened to Bob Proctor's videos. I listened to Neville Goddard. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? I literally have a responsibility of making $100 million. I cannot waste. Like, so you guys see, every second has to be used now. Every second has to be an important second. Every second has to be used in a way that it directly hits the goal. You know, as I explained in a video some days back, sin is missing the mark. Sin comes from the Greek word hamartia, which is simply borrowed from archery, which means missing the mark. If you shoot an arrow and if it misses the mark, that is hamartia, that is sin. So I don't want to sin. The goal is to hit the target. What's the target? The target is to make $100 million. So even if I don't know, I can do the best of my current possible knowledge, to hit the target. And if I just do my best of the current knowledge that I have, then I've already won, right? So that is why I was like, I need to do something. And so I was like stressed out. I read all these books. I came to my room and I was like, you know what, I've read 1,000 books, I've read Gita over 1,000 times, I have all the knowledge in the world, I don't need more knowledge. I need to remember how to implement that. All right, how can I make $100 million in 1,000 days? And now you need to understand. Thank you, KXL Rao official. Thank you. Now we need to understand how to make $100 million, how I went about it in the first 2-3 hours. So the most important thing that I've learned in life when it comes to life and success is a saying by is a law by Neville Goddard that literally means law of assumption, which literally is law of assumption, which literally means the fastest route between you and your goal has to be a straight line. You have to follow the fastest route between you and your goal. And what is the fastest route? You literally assume the state. You literally assume that you already have your goal. So what did I do? I was like, I need to make $100 million in 1,000 days. So I assume right now that I've woken up in my Rhodes mansion. I have a Bugatti outside my house in my lawn. It looks beautiful. I woke up, I'm free, I'm in my favorite clothes, I'm in my most favorite clothes ever, and I'm getting a notification. I am reminded that I make $100 million a year. Gambling is the fastest way to make money. Not into gambling. So this is big. This is better than gambling. This is gambling on your life, which is the craziest gamble that you'll ever make. So I woke up and I was like, I need to assume the state that I already make $100 million. How do I assume it? So earlier I used to get confused in law of assumption as assuming the feeling of having $100 million, and I used to act like rich. I used to act like bougie. I used to act graceful. I would go to a bad looking washroom and I would treat it like it was $100 million washroom. I would do that. But now that I've grown up, I realize that after reading Gita and understanding non-duality, I realized that in order to assume the state of earning $100 million a year, I can also assume the state of logically earning $100 million per year. What does that mean? That simply means, guys, if you can just tell me once, can you hear me audibly, because I'm using this mic for the first time. I need to send legally sign up agreements with people in Rava. I'll talk about that later. Fake it till you make it approach. It is not a fake it till you make it approach actually. So what we do is I assume the logical state of earning $100 million. What does $100 million a year mean? $100 million a year means $30,000 per hour. I get paid 10 hours a day, 25 days a week, 25 days a month. So if you do the math, $30,000 an hour, 10 hours a day, 25 days in a month, that adds up to $8.3 million in a month. 30. I remember, $8.3 million in a month and $100 million in a year. So what do I have to do in this hour? So now we have cornered it down to a small, very distinct, understandable term. What is it? I am getting paid $30,000 for an hour. So am I acting like the person who is getting paid $30,000 an hour? What did it change? It just changed my way of looking at the world. Now, earlier I would kind of waste my time into things, and I was like, you know what? I cannot waste even a single second now, because I'm literally getting paid $30,000 per hour. People like you, people like, I'm gonna make $1 million this year. I have a plan for it, but I have no time to implement. See, so you cannot ask for time. When you assume the state, you're literally saying, I am making $1 million right now. I am getting paid $3,000 per hour right now. Are you doing the things that needs to be done to make to justify that you are making $3,000 an hour? Kind of identity is changed. Thank you. I kind of want to avoid that to focus fully on what I'm going to say, because this is something extremely important that I'm going to be saying in this video, and I don't want to divert from the topic. So yes, I was like, I need to. I'm getting paid $100 million a year. I'm a big person. Bharat Maximus is now a big name. It's a global name. It's going to make waves, and people rely on me. So what is money? Money is basically the report card of good you have done to the world, goods and services that you provide to the world. So I have to provide some sort of thing in order to justify that I'm getting $30,000 an hour. And I'm like, what can I do? So I realized that who am I? I have the most important thing that I have that I can give to this world is my energy, is my inspiration, is my words, is my motivation, right? So I was like, I need to give this to the world, and in a way that I need to carry this responsibly. I need to carry this responsibility to give $30,000 of value to the world every day per hour. So that is how I came down to this plan that, you know what, streaming sounds an amazing option. Actually, streaming did not hit me. So earlier, I'll say one more thing. The thing is, when you set a goal, all of us set goals based on thinking, based on our current capability. That will that goal be worth it? Am I worthy of the goal and all that stuff? But you have to realize, guys, you're going to spend your entire life for the goal. So instead of asking, am I worthy of the goal? You should be asking, is the goal worthy of me? Because you're literally going to be exchanging all your lives with it. Secondly, when you're setting goals, you have to, whenever we set goal, we get logical with it. We get logical, very good, logical, rational. We start measuring it in terms of time, energy, and what your current facilities are, if you can make it or not. And then you make an estimate, and then you're like, no, I cannot achieve this dream, so I'll just decrease the size of the dream, and yes, this I can do. You don't want to do that, because you have to realize that dreams are, your wants come from the essence of who you are. Your wants come from something inside you, from a spirit that wants to expand, wants to grow out. So your nature, whatever it is, this is what I do for a living, bro. Whatever it is, you have to listen it. You have to listen to it. What do you do? What do you want? What do you truly want? Whatever it is, if it's a private place, if it's a Bugatti, whatever it is, you want it. There would not be a desire if you weren't capable of it. So you do want it, right? So once you commit to it, now instead of getting afraid about how you'll be doing so much of hard work, you just need to assume the state. Because when you flip the thing from I want this to I have this, now all you have to do is be yourself, and be yourself fully. How do you do that? You simply, the focus, I don't like, it's a phone, why does it have a focus issue? Anyway, so you have to think about goals as God's word to you, your dreams as a God's command to you. And you have to realize that whatever God's saying, there is a logic in it. He is saying that for a reason. So you have to listen to it, because once you listen to it and start walking on the path. Yesterday I had no idea I would be streaming. I had no idea what streaming even is. I literally chat GPT'd, and then I searched for the mobile application. Then I literally ordered a mic on Blinkit, which came in 10 minutes, and now I found this light somewhere. Now I have this beautiful setup. I'm streaming. I did not know anything last night. I did not know what I'm going to do today. I just woke up and I was like, I am getting paid $100 million. Let me make it worth it. And now I don't have time to waste on anything. Oh, I was getting a good mic on Tuesday, 5 days later. I was like, you know what? I don't have the time for that. I'm getting $30,000 per hour paid. So I need a mic right now. I need to start right now. Doing at once what needs to be done increases the likelihood of success. Thomas Jefferson said it a lot of times. Famously said it. Thomas Jefferson famous said. So I was like, I need to make something happen. I need to make this right now. And there was a huge urgency on me to make this happen. And AI will replace you. It can replace me. I don't care. I'm still getting paid $100 million a year, $30,000 per hour. I just do what I can do best. AI can help me, and AI is helping me. So you have to realize AI is a very helpful tool if you use it correctly. And AI is the greatest help that I'll be going to get in making $100 million in next 1,000 days. You see, either AI can replace you, or you can use it right now, its steroidical power, and literally make the best of yourself, right? So I was like, I need to do that. And then I remembered, what can I do? I used to attend these 5 days seminars of Bob Proctor. I was like, I always wanted to, how are you going to make 100 million through streaming? You don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to make it or not. I am making it right now. In my mind, I am making it right now, and I'm just justifying. I'm just doing my best to prove it. Anyways, so I was like, I need to do something, and I always wanted to do these 5 day seminars that I used to attend from Bob Proctor, a lot of motivation seminars. They're life changing. So I was like, I wanted to do it always, and I was like, you know what? When I start working, I would do this 5 day seminar, and I would do it for 500 days straight, and that would be like 500 seminars No, that would be 100 seminars, because I would do one whole 5-day masterclass in 5 days, and I would do it for 500 days, and I would have the credibility to become a motivation speaker, and then I would inspire people, and then I would start getting paid clients or something like that. So this is what I planned earlier, but today when I was like, no way, I'm getting paid $13,000 per hour, I'm getting paid $100 million a year, I need to do more. So a big flip happened, a big paradigm shift again happened. I was like, you know what, instead of doing 5-day masterclass in 5 days, I can do a 5-day masterclass in 1 day. That is 5 1-hour sessions on paradigm shift right away. And I was like, that sounds exciting. That kind of justifies me getting paid $30,000 an hour and $100 million a year. I was like, you know what, okay, I'm going to do that. And then it suddenly came to my mind, oh my god, there's something called streaming as well, and a ChatGPT, it explained me, and then suddenly these two things connected, that I can do 5, and I was like, what can I stream, and all that. I was like, a 5-hour masterclass in a day, and live streaming and clipping that. It sounds a perfect plan. I think you should do something which really has potential, which chat, chill. I'm making $100 million a year. I'm fine. I'm rich. And you know what? The most important thing is, guys, I'm rich. I'm generationally rich. I'm generationally wealthy. I do not need to do this. I do not need to make $100 million. I'm doing it purely for fun, purely for expression, purely to give you guys something. So enjoy or don't. I don't care. But I have something extremely important to give to the world, and I'm going to give it. So anybody who wants to, who would love to get that, is totally welcome. Right? So I was like, 5-part masterclass in a day, insane amount of value in a day, streaming, where I can literally live stream myself and people can clip it. Sounds like a perfect idea. So I was like, I am going to take this 5-day masterclass, and I'm going to stream it online. And from that 5-hour streams, 1-hour streams, and I was like, I would add workout stream as well. And from that 1-hour stream, I can get clippers to clip 10 clips a day from it, and I would do around 10 into 5 into 6, around 60 reels a day, and hours of streaming content. I was like, yo, that sounds awesome. And again, as Thomas Jefferson once said, doing at once what needs to be done increases the likelihood of success. I was like, I need to do it right now. I need to do it right now. I hadn't even taken a wash yet, bath yet, shower yet. I usually say I have to take a bath, but my American friend said, oh, do you have a bathtub? And I was like, no, I have a shower. She was like, so you need to take a shower. I was like, okay, miss. So I didn't even take a shower. I hadn't eaten anything since the morning. I just got these things from somewhere, this mic, the phone. I charged the phone. I got the slide. I was like, you know what, we need to begin right now. So one very more important thing that I did was that I made a whole schedule for myself. Up till now, my days were like completely ambiguous. Days were all over the place. So I made the first thing that I did, I think, as a centimillionaire. You call me hectamillionaire or centimillionaire. So I love the word centimillionaire. So you all call me centimillionaire. I was like, you know what? The first thing I need to do as centimillionaire is I need to have a schedule. Because why do we need to have a schedule, guys? You need to realize sleep is extremely important. Sleep, like if I don't sleep yesterday well, I'm going to take from the today's joy. I mean, I have totally mastered myself completely and my inner state and everything, but yet, if you don't sleep well, you're going to have less energy. And the second you sleep and recover, you're suddenly filled with energy again. I think the moon shifted. Oh no, the moon is there. And suddenly you have an amazing hour. So I was like, I need to have a schedule. So I was like, I'm going to make a schedule. Why? Because sleep is very important. Secondly, it will give some sort of routine to my day. So I was like, I slept at 7 a.m. today, so that was not good. So I was like, you know what, I'll revert back to my old timings, which is I used to sleep from 3 a.m. to 11 a.m., which is sort of the ideal time for my sleep routine, because I'm a really big night owl. I really love to be awake in the night. That is where my creative state flows. I hate mornings. There's a lot of noise. I just don't Why is it so dark there? Oh, are you not from India? Because it's 8 p.m. It's 7 p.m. in India right now, and that's the moon behind me. It's so pretty. Anyway, so I was like, I need to revert back to my old timings. And I was like, I would wake up at 11 a.m. I would sleep at 3 a.m. and from 11 1 hour after. So I was like, I'm getting paid 10 hours a day, $30,000 an hour, $100 million a year. So I was like, I need to take out 10 hours where I do deep work, where I do pure work, where I justify, where I give back for the value that I'm getting, give back for the $30,000 an hour I'm getting, give back for the $300,000 a day that I'm getting. So I was like, I need to take out 10 hours from this day, which I need to work on. 8 hours is for sleep, which is 18 hours. Rest, I'm left with 6 hours. The second most important thing in life after sleep is exercise. The first most important thing in life for anybody is health. If you don't have health, you cannot make money. If money is the most important thing, if you don't have health, you cannot make money. So I always take time out for health no matter what. So I was like, and that is why I also have these abs, right? Can we see your abs? They don't look proper right now, anyways, because of the lighting. Anyways, so I was like, I need to take so 10 hours for the work, 8 hours for sleep. We have left with 6 hours. So I was like, in the first 3 hours of the day, I'll devote that extra 6 hours of the day that I have. First 3 hours for exercise, getting up, taking a wash, doing my affirmations, planning for the day, and all that stuff. 8 to 10 in the evening, I'll devote for dinner and family time, and because that is important, guys. Family is super important. I never believed this, but I recently learned that family time is extremely important, because guess what, you get sick, you're not perfect, you get sick, and when you get sick, you need someone to take care of you. And if not for your mom, I would not be, if not for my mom, I would not be alive right now. So I was like, 8 to 10 I'll give for sleeping, dinner and my family, and 1 hour before sleeping, because wind down routine is extremely important as well. So 2 to 3 a.m. I will wind down. That 1 to 2 a.m. will be the last hour of my working. 2 to 3 I'll wind down. 3 to 11 I'll sleep. 11 to 12 I'll fresh up. 12 to 1 I'll work out. 1:15 to 2 I'll eat and take a shower. 2 to 8 I'll work 6 hours. 8 to 10 dinner and family. 10 to 2 works. That's my routine. So the first thing that I did was making a routine. Second thing that I did was figuring this out. And yes, so I was like, I'm going to start streaming, and I'm going to do 5-day masterclass. How can Bharat Maximus provide value in life? This is my value. This is me in itself is a value. I'm a valuable being, guys. You know, as they say, this one thing by a billionaire, that when money drops from the air, you take a big bucket and you collect as much as you can, because money making movements don't come again and again, right? Similarly, when a knowledgeable person speaks, you become a sponge and absorb everything that he says, because you're not going to get the knowledge again. So what I'm doing, what I'm speaking, just stay like a sponge and absorb everything that you can, because this is extremely important knowledge. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to start the 5-day 5-part masterclass every day from right today, and this is what I started. So I'm going to be telling now what that 5-day part masterclass is before I begin. So the 5-part masterclass that I'll be doing every single day from now, maybe for the next 1,000 days, is about 5 things. In the first part of the 5-part masterclass, I'll be covering philosophy and law of assumption. That'll be like warming up, telling you guys one of the coolest things in the world, telling you guys the coolest metaphysical explanations of this world, and what I learned in Gita in my 3-year journey of Gita and writing my own translation of Gita, and the law of assumption by Neville Goddard, explaining it's the masterclass to your pay. I'll stream it all. That's what I'm saying. If you are an intelligent person, you would act like a sponge and hear everything that I have to say. So the masterclass will have 5 parts. First will be philosophy and law of assumption. What is philosophy? Philosophy will be based on Gita. I have read Gita over 1,000 times, guys. I spent last 3 years, the most important years of my life, reading Gita over and over and over and over until I got enlightened. Literally, I'm an enlightened being, as you can see right now. and I'm speaking it casually, but this is a very big thing. I've read Gita over 1,000 times. I've written my own Gita. I've understood. I've read everything on Advaita Vedanta. I've read everything that is there on non-duality. Like, this is the nobody can explain Gita better than me. So the first day I'll be explaining non-duality, the concept of awareness, and implementation of non-duality. Bro, you can be a fitness influencer. Shut up, dude. Anyway, so the first day. This is more important, dude. This is more important. So the first step will be about, first part will be about philosophy, non-duality, what is awareness, and how you can implement it through karma yoga, through the Gita's knowledge. And the second part of the first day would be law of assumption, which is getting to know the concept of awareness. Self-realization is already very cool, but in India it's taken in a very detached way, and people like literally run away from life in the name of spirituality instead of leaning into it, which was told in Gita, which is stupid. But Western people, new thought philosophers, literally made the most amazing explanation of implementation of this thing, awareness, through law of assumption. So I'll be explaining the law of assumption, how to use the concept of awareness in a powerful way through law of assumption, and how to use concept of awareness as a way to liberate yourself through karma yoga and non-duality from Gita. That will be the part 1. In part 2 I want to talk about paradigms and goals. Part 2 I want to talk about paradigms. Yes, I have it written in the notebook. I'm just revising. Part 2 I want to talk about paradigms, because paradigm is something. Paradigm is basically a set of programming that controls 90% of your daily life, 99% of your daily life. If you don't know it, you cannot change it. So you need to understand what a paradigm is and how to change it. Paradigm shift will be the part 2 of the how did you escape the rat race. I was never part of a rat race. I never saw myself. I told you I'm a generationally wealthy person, and I'm an extremely talented person. I have an extremely high aptitude. I've won everything that I've done in my life. I've made money easily. I have a good physique. I look good. I never wanted to be a part of a rat race. I just wanted to be the greatest ever. Like, since I can remember, ever since I was a child, I just wanted to be the greatest ever. Everything that I've done in my life is to become the greatest ever, is to become the most successful ever. So I never even thought about the rat race, and that didn't even cross my consciousness. Rat race? Rat? I'm a lion, baby. I'm a lion. I'm an eagle. Whatever. So the second part will be about paradigm shift. Paradigm is a program that controls 99% of daily life, which is crazy. So you need to understand what a paradigm is, and only when you understand it, you can change it, which is very cool. So, and the third day will be about goals and decision. Now, I combined goals, decision and goal was a different day, but I think they need to combine. Goal without decision is nothing, right? And how to set a goal, how to set the greatest goal that you can possibly imagine. How can you set your dream goal, and why should you set your dream goal, and what is the purpose of goals? What is generational wealth in your terms? Generational wealth in my terms is simply, I won't die tomorrow. I have food to eat and roof over my head and water to drink. That is it. That is generational wealth. If I just have that covered, I do not care. I do not care about any luxury. I do not care about anything else. I have food to eat. I have food to eat, water to drink, roof over my head, and nothing extremely. I'm not forced to do anything for it. That's generational wealth for me. Anyways, apart from that, I'm rich as well. So third day will be goals and decision. Fourth day will be self-image. So we all have a self-image in this world. How we behave, what we do, how we look at ourselves as, I am Bharat Maximus, I'm a person, I'm a centimillionaire, I get paid $100 million a year, $30,000 an hour. How to support you in this journey? Love you. You can follow my Instagram, you can follow my streams, and you can, if you're an editor, please edit 10 clips a day from my videos, 50 clips actually. I can even pay you, I can support you. But yes, if you can just be here, if you can talk about, if you can share my stuff, that's plenty enough. If you're here, you're already supporting me, bro. I love you. Radha Swamiji, my parents used to believe in that. Radha Swami Satsang, I don't anymore. I believe in something even bigger and even better than that, so I don't need to follow it anymore. I've sort of transcended that sort of spiritual plane. Fourth day will be self-image. Everybody has a self-image, the way they look towards themselves. I could be looking at myself as a poor, bad looking, ugly, unproductive person, and I would behave that way. And I could look at myself just through my inner world, just through my inner faculties, higher faculties, just through my mind, look at myself as a billionaire, as I am a billionaire. You need to realize, if I'm getting paid $100 million a year, that means I'm worth $3.3 billion. So the person you're watching is literally a billionaire. I am a billionaire. I am worth $3.3 billion. In terms of, if you go to Forbes, when they evaluate people's net worth, I'm literally worth $3.3 billion. So this is the self-image that I have, and that is why I have the energy to work. So this is, and the one great thing about self-image is you can never outrun the bad self-image. If you have a bad self-image about yourself, you can never outrun it, but you can always create a new one. If I have this self-image, infinite energy is already flowing through me. But if I'm trying to run away from a bad self-image, I cannot run away. If in my mind I'm a bad person, I'm a poor person, I cannot run away. My habits and actions will be based on that. Okay, one thing I need to remember is to take care of my throat and not shout ever, because I'm going to be speaking a lot. I need to drink a lot of water and speak a little calmly. How can I earn more from my business? Just assume it. As I told you, you need to assume yourself as a successful, prosperous businessman. You are a successful, prosperous businessman. You have hundreds of clients that are willing to pay you biggest amounts of money, and now work to justify that. That is self-image. Well, we should be the fourth part. Fifth part of the 5-part masterclass. Guys, my throat is really catching up. That is crazy. Fifth part of the masterclass, especially because of Gurgaon here, fifth part of the masterclass will be discipline and Q&A. So in the fifth part masterclass, I want you guys to, I'll note down all the questions that you all ask, and I'll answer that in the fifth part. Discipline will be the starting part of the masterclass. Why discipline? You need to realize, even if I tell you all these great things, even if you see yourself as a billionaire now, if you don't persist in that, it's no use. So you have to persist in the fact that you are a billionaire. You have to daily see yourself as a billionaire. I have to daily think and act from the point of being a billionaire. If I just act and if I just do it once and I forget, then I'll be like, oh, I did all this, I assumed the state, but nothing happened. No, you have to assume it forever, because guess what? I want to become this for my lifetime. I want to become a billionaire. I have to be a billionaire for my entire life. If I assume it for 10 days and I say it's not working, what the fuck? I want to do it for the rest of my life. So just keep acting. If I'm living as a billionaire today, even in my mind, I've already won my life before even becoming a billionaire. And guess what? If I die day after tomorrow, I didn't wait for my dreams to happen. I already lived my dream. So I lived my best life. That's win-win. So yes, that'll be the fifth part of the masterclass, and that is how I plan to go on for the next 1,000 days. What I'll be needing right now is a lot of clippers, or maybe fans or editors. I want someone to edit a lot of my videos. I just realized that an hour of a stream can literally make a lot more than 10 clips. I was thinking earlier that I would get around 10 clips from a reel, from a stream, but I'm realizing I can even go more. So I would need like 2 to 5 clippers. If you can do that, it'd be really amazing. So yes, that is my plan for now. This is the first day. This is actually the 10th day of my 1,000-day journey to becoming a centimillionaire, to earning $100 million a year, to becoming a billionaire, to owning my own red and black Bugatti Tobio. And yeah, this is amazing. This is the first day where I'm feeling like I might be just hitting my potential. Like from the last 10 days, I have this journal where I've written, where I'm counting down 1,000 days, 999 days, 998 days, 997 days, and all I have to do is put a tick mark or a cross mark, and the tick is for, did I give my absolute best today or not? And I haven't given my absolute best in the last 9 days. Today is the 10th day. I want to give my absolute best today, because giving my absolute best is the heaven that I can never seek of. What is giving my absolute best? Is simply hitting the target. Did I act like a billionaire the entire day? Did I act like a person who is getting paid $30,000 an hour the whole day? Did I act like a person who's getting paid $100 million a year the whole day? Did I act like that? Did I think like that? Did I speak like that? Did I talk like that? Did I respond like that? So yes, that is what I want to do. I want to hit the target every day with absolute maximum of my potential and my intelligence. I want to honor my intelligence and the potential that I have. So yes, that is what I wanted to do. And in the first part, I actually wanted to talk about the first part of the masterclass itself, although it's been 35 minutes. So you know what, I will talk about the first part of the masterclass. So we are starting the first part of the masterclass right now, which is philosophy and law of assumption. I have 18% battery. I'll try to wrap it up in 25 minutes. So first part of the 5-part masterclass on how to become the greatest version of yourself, how to reach your zenith, starts right here. Hi everyone, this is the first part of the 5-part masterclass of leading ultra high agency people to their zenith. And in order to do this, you need to understand what is zenith and what is ultra high agency people. If you're one, you're qualified to watch further. If you're not one, you can just skip it. What is an ultra high agency person? A sovereign ultra high agency person, in fact. A sovereign person is a person who considers himself the absolute ruler of his life. He does not do things because of other people's after other people's commands. He does it for himself. What is a high agency person? Falling good. What is a high agency person? High agency person is a person who thinks they are the prime causing force of this life. Causal force of this life. They are the one who cause life to happen, the things to happen the way they happens, not the other way around. External things don't control them, they control the world. This is the kind of people that I want here to be watching the masterclass. If you are this, you're welcome. Where are we going? We're going to our zenith. What is zenith? Zenith is the highest point of expression, greatest expression that we can possibly output. So this 5-part masterclass is for sovereign, ultra agency, high agency people to reach their zenith. In order to do that, in the first part, I want to explain to you guys what philosophy I follow, what the truth of life I've come to learn, and what truth of life I've learned amongst reading 1,000 philosophies as the best philosophy and the best actual explanation of life, and how you can use it to the best of your potential in order to succeed in your personal life in very practical terms. So this philosophy, my philosophy stems from Advaita Vedanta, which is non-dual philosophy from India. What it explains is that it explains the truth of a man. What is a man? Who is a man? How we understand Gita. So what I'll be going to do in philosophy is simply explain Gita in the simplest terms. So Gita starts when Arjuna, a great warrior who is about to fight a great battle, in the middle of battlefield collapses and asks his charioteer that I cannot carry on this war because on the opposite side of the battlefield are standing my own family, which I have to kill for this war of righteousness. So that is the situation, that is the context, that is what Krishna asks Arjun. That is what Arjun asks Krishna, I cannot fight anymore, help me, motivate me. So Krishna goes, you important man, how can you surrender to such weakness? If you have to kill your family, kill it. They are temporary, they are of no worth, and this war has come about in a cosmic way, and you should carry your nature. And Krishna is like, and Arjun is like, I still cannot understand how can I kill these people who I call my gurus. If I kill them, what will I have in this life? What will I left with? And even if I win the kingdom, what will be it worth? And Krishna says, all right, so normal motivation is not going to work on you, Arjun. So you need to understand the truth of universe. What is the truth of universe? So Krishna explains Arjun who he is. So in the Gita, what all happens is simply the God Krishna explains Arjun who he is. Up till now, Arjun thought Arjun is this body, Arjun is his mind, and he has a family, and that is all that he is. Krishna goes and says that whatever you just talked about, all that is just ego. You're not all that. All that is temporary stuff. It is mithya. It is not permanent. It is not absolute. It is there and it will pass away. Your mood, your emotions, your family, your body, your mind. Mind is just mental movement of thought. All of these were and they pass away. Your cells create and die. Your identity changes all the time. So this is a temporary thing. You do not need to mourn over this. And what you are is you are the awareness behind all of these temporary things. You're the one, you're the witness who watches all of the things, temporary things come and pass. I'm sorry, I hope you don't hear the stupid noise in the background. So this is what Krishna Arjun, oh my god, that is crazy. There's some wedding going on in the background and it's just can you hear me good, guys? Is the noise outside really bad, or can you hear my voice without the external noise? If you can just respond, that would be really awesome. Anyway, so Krishna explains that Arjuna, your awareness, everything is an illusion passing in awareness. So fight. So Arjuna asks, what should I do? Krishna says, Arjuna actually says, I would rather go. Yes, the noise is very much loud. I'm so sorry, man. Is it better now? I hope it is better now. So Krishna literally says that Arjuna says that I cannot fight. I am aloof. Oh, thank you so much. This is good. So Krishna tells Arjun that you need to perform your duties for the sake of duty, and Krishna also says that knowledge is created in action. Knowing this truth of yourself is created in action. So Arjun says, if knowledge is created in action, then why are you asking me to fight this war? I can just go off into the mountains and seek this knowledge. And Krishna says it's better to do your own duty than to do someone else's. He says action happens all the time. You cannot avoid this war and go into inaction. Action is happening all the time. You're just choosing to do someone else's action. And he's like, wait, what? So Krishna explains it very clearly that a person, it's better to do your duty imperfectly than to do someone else's duty perfectly, because in this life we only have so much time and energy, and we have a nature to follow. If we deviate from that for any reason, it's never going to be good. So Krishna then explains Karma Yoga, which is how to use this knowledge of awareness, that your awareness, into how to actually do your own duty and how to live life. So he says everybody has their own nature, so it's better to follow your own nature than to do someone else's work. And you follow this nature, and you'll only be able to follow this nature when you understand that what you do is not for your ego, it is not for your external body mind and a name that you're inflating or deflating. So what he's going to lose, he's not going to lose, his ego is going to lose. So it is not told in Gita very distinctly, but I figured it out amazingly after 3 years of reading Gita. That is, when you understand that you do work for expression and not for completion, that is how you implement the knowledge of awareness. That is how you literally act without attachment. Because right now, if I were to make $100 million to make my name big, that would just keep me stuck, anxious all the time, because I would be worried of losing it and all this stuff. But I am making $100 million. I'm doing this work purely for expression because I can. Action is happening all the time. So why do I not express my best self? So that is Gita. That is what is explained in the philosophy of Gita. You understand that your awareness, everything is an illusion passing in awareness. Whatever you do it for expression of your nature. And how you'll only be able to do it when you do not have an ego to defend or to inflate. So you do it purely for the expression of your nature. And so this is how it goes. You realize I'm awareness, anything that is there is an illusion. The heaviness that I have, I'm free from the heaviness that I had, and now I need to work. I need to act on something. So what do? What can I do best? Because there is a best that you can do. But if you do it for the ego, you'll never get the satisfaction for an answer and certainty to do it. But if you do it purely for expression, because the energy is flowing in and out through you throughout. There's a beautiful aeroplane going above me. I wonder if you guys can see it. This. And it is so loud. It is so loud. That was some military airplane or something, guys. So yes, this is what we need to understand. What we do in our life is for expression of our energy. The energy from us is flowing in and through us throughout the day. Throughout the day, we are acting on something or the other, So action cannot be stopped. Whenever you say, I don't want to do this good thing, you're not saying that you want to not act, because action will, you're just saying that I don't want to do this good thing, I want to do this bad thing. It is never inaction. Inaction does not, rowdy suppression is pretty good. So no, oh man, thank you so much, this means the world to me. I was really confused, I was really worried about the sound. So Krishna says action is always happening, always. So when you say, I don't want to fight this war, I don't want to follow my nature, I don't want to do the best that I can do, you're not saying I'll now not act. You are saying, I will indulge in sense pleasures. This is what Krishna says. I'll just skip, I'll just not do the good work, I'll just do the bad work, I'll just do the lesser work. So when you make this the distinction between doing and not doing, when you clear yourself on this path, that there is no doing and not doing, there is doing the good thing, doing your nature thing, and doing someone else's nature thing, indulging in senses. Now we have a very clear clarity that we want to do the thing that is of our nature, that honors our best intelligence, our best potential. So that is when you understand that whatever you do, if you just understand that your awareness, not this ego, now you can do things for expression. And when you do things for expression, now you're completely free. I am giving my best purely to express myself, purely to help. I'm not even doing it to help other people. This is amazing. This is an amazing breakthrough that happened in my life, is that when you do something, you're not even doing it to help other people. You're doing it purely because there was an energy in you that wanted to express out, and you just kill the barrier that is between you and expression, and you just let it express. That is how life becomes a free flow, and that is very beautiful thing to have, right? So you do that by understanding, by killing your ego, by realizing that there is no ego. Your awareness, whatever action is happening automatically through your body, and your duty is to let it happen freely, and you're free. Isn't it beautiful to be free? That is the non-dual philosophy. I'm doing it in a very, I don't think I'm doing a good job at it, but anyways, okay, I'm a billionaire, people want me, let me give my best. So now when we understand that we are not this ego, we are awareness, we express our nature freely. Now literally a firework is happening. All of the noise in the world had to be made when I was literally doing my stream. Anyways, this looks pretty, this is a pretty frame, right? I don't mind. Chat, there's a wedding going on in the background. I hope you all can still hear me. So that summarizes the first part of the Masterclass, that is philosophy, Gita, non-duality. Yeah, can you still hear me though? That would be crazy if you can still hear me. That would confirm me that my mic is amazing. My mic is doing an amazing job. So that explains the first part of the philosophy. I summarized it in one line. You are awareness. Everything is an illusion passing in awareness. Your ego is an illusion. You act purely for expression. Now you are free. Now you just act for the free flow. Oh, thank you. Now you just act for the free flow, for the expression of your nature. Now when you do that, I came to realize that man is a weak creature. Even when we want to express ourselves, it's not that easy, because we think that we're not capable of a lot of things. So when you get deep into this non-dual philosophy, you also realize that awareness that I told you that you are, the witness that watches all things, your ego, is the prime matter of everything. Is the thing that makes everything. So my body, my mind, these sound waves, everything is awareness. So non-dual philosophy says that there is no two, there is only one, and that one is awareness. This body. So how do we explain it? We explain it through the example of the dream. When we are sleeping, we see things, we feel things, we fall in love, we touch things, we smell things, and when we wake up, we realize that was all a dream, that was all a mind stuff. So we thought there was an external world which we could touch, feel, and do all the stuff with, but that was just mind stuff. That was not actual atoms, that was not physical matter. Similarly, this life is also awareness matter, and that awareness is us. We're like in a long big dream, and this dream is made of awareness, and awareness is a real reality. Just the mind is a real reality when we are dreaming. So when you realize that awareness is the ultimate reality, you realize that you also have the power to create anything that you want in this life through imagination. Through thinking, by exercising the higher faculties of our mind, we can literally, through this awareness, create any result that we want for our life. How do we do that? We do it through law of assumption. When we realize that all that is and all that we are is one thing, you realize that you also have the creating power in this world, that you are literally God, that you can create any circumstance for yourself. So law of assumption was given by Neville Goddard, which is one of the greatest new thought concepts that I ever read in my entire life. And law of assumption, as I told in the beginning of the video, is simply just allowing yourself to know that you can have and be anything in this world and dream for once, and once you have dreamt of that thing, you just assume being that, and that will bring you any good that you want in life. So law of assumption, in law of assumption, Neville Goddard goes on saying that you are the creating power, as I explained through this philosophy as well. You are the ultimate power, and whatever you think, whatever you assume becomes real. Why? Because everything is consciousness in manifestation. I was born because consciousness manifested itself in this body form. I would also die. Similarly, everything that there is in this world is consciousness, and that can be and we can come into the same frequency of the consciousness, and we can attract it, and we can literally just manifest it by being on the same frequency as on that. How do we come on the same frequency of our dreams? We literally just assume. We assume how we want to live. How, hi Abhishek, yes, I am live. It's been 52 minutes. One of the greatest sessions, the greatest streams you will ever watch. So when you realize that you are awareness, everything is literally awareness, consciousness made manifest, you realize that you are the ultimate creating power in this world, and now you have the ability to dream. Until now, especially in India, when people read Gita and take it as an option to run away from life, people try to run away from life thinking that they are awareness. Now they don't need anything because they're not the ego. But you need to realize that because you're awareness, you also have the chance, power to live the best life that you can. So, and if you have the power to live the best life that you can and to run away from life without any problem, which one would you choose? Another firework. Which one would you choose? And I say we choose living our dream lives, because this is a beautiful life, guys. We have 70-80 years of life to live. Why wouldn't we live our best life? So when you realize that everything is awareness, you're the ultimate creating power in this world, you realize that you can also live the greatest dream life that you can possibly want to live. And how do you live that? You dream. You dream. How would you love to live? Where would you love to live if you could live anywhere in the world? How much money would you love to earn if you could earn any amount of money in the world? What car would you love to drive if you could drive any car in the world? What body would you love to have if you could have any body in the world? You allow yourself to dream. When you dream, you connect with your truest, highest aspiration. This is what Osho also said. This is what is told in Gita, to follow your truest nature, highest aspiration. And your highest self is your truest nature. So you figure out what is truly your dream. Something that excites you, something that brings you alive, something that takes the best out of you, brings the best of you on the table. And when you do that, you realize what you truly want to be. And when you finalize what you truly want to be, now you are at a very big place. Now you're literally successful. Just knowing what you truly want is already being successful. This is what Earl Nightingale said in The Stranger's Secret. Just knowing where you want to go is already being successful. So once you figure out what you want in this life, now you have already become the top 1% in this world. How? Because 99% of the people never even ask what their dream is, let alone committing to it or writing it down. Why is this focus fluctuating? Ninety-nine percent of the people never even write it down. But you are the select few who has written down what his truest dream in his life is. Okay, I have 5% battery left. I'll wrap it up in 3 minutes. Once you do that, once you realize, and when you're writing these goals, you write down it in like a 30 goal list. I made a 30 goal list, 30 of the most important things that I want in life. Then you divide it into 3 lists, A, B, and C, and you finalize what is and prioritize them from 1 to 30. What is the thing that I want the most? Then the next. And when you figure out the A1 goal, then you are really the most successful person in the world, because you have literally found out what you want the most in this life. Only a select few rare 0.1% elite sovereign ultra high agency people know this. You know what you want the most in life. That is a blessing. That's the greatest thing that you can ever know. Once you know this, now you apply law of assumption. You literally assume that you are living that dream. Everything next, you sleep into that assumption. When you're going to sleep, before going to sleep, you feel the state of having that thing and you let it manifest, and then you sleep into it. When you wake up like you woke up in your greatest mansion. You wake up like you woke up having the greatest business that you can imagine of having. Then you act like that dream. You speak like that dream. You walk like that dream. You literally assume that state. Now life is set. This is where we were, this is where we want to go, and we live from there. Now we're living our dream life. We are expressing the greatest potential of ourselves every single day, and we are enjoying life. So yes, this was the part 1 of the 5-part masterclass, philosophy and law of assumption. I want to talk a lot more about law of assumption later in the videos, in other streams. But yes, I have 4% battery left. My mobile is going to die. It's 57 minutes 25 seconds of stream done. I think I'll just go to 1 hour and talk a little bit about law of assumption more. Law of assumption, 3 years ago when I set myself a goal of earning 5 crores in 300 days, that is when I came across this law. I used to believe in law of attraction. That was all very shallow, but I was like so serious about making 5 crores in 300 days that I was like, I need to know how, and that is how, through Arash Vasugi in a 5-part masterclass by Bob Proctor. I read that in order to change your attitude, you need to. Arash Vasugi recommended that we can read Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. That is when I got the book Power of Awareness. Guys, if you don't know, the book Power of Awareness is the greatest book on the face of this planet after Gita. So I opened that book and I was like, it changed my life. Power of Awareness was the greatest book ever. It literally changes everything. It tells you any and everything you need to become successful in the easiest way possible, in the most effortless way possible. So I read it, and I read it like 100 times, and I was literally mind blown. There's so many techniques that Neville Goddard talks about in how to assume the state. And the beautiful thing about assuming is that, I was telling one of my friends that she was acting very stupidly one day and in like a illegal manner, and I was like, you want to become IAS, right? And why don't you act like an IAS? She was like, who knows if I live until I become an IAS or not. I was like, even if you die, if you live like an IAS today, you end up living your dream life before even getting there. So you literally live your dream life even if you don't, if you're not guaranteed your life 10 years after. And she was like, she wanted to run from a dream life, but I'm like, if you have a dream, you don't wait for a year, 5 years for that to manifest. You literally live it from day one, because you can. If you can live in the best way possible that you can, why don't you live it? If you can live your greatest life right now, if you can think like your greatest potential version of yourself, you can speak like the greatest potential version of yourself, if you can dress like the greatest potential version of yourself. Why not do it right now? Why not live your absolute dream life right now? Even if you're not, I don't care if I get the $100 million or not. I'm not guaranteed it, but I can guarantee my action right now. So yes, if you can live the greatest possible potential version of yourself right now, if you can live your greatest life, act like the greatest person that you can become right now, live it right now. If you can live your dream right now, live it right now. And yes, that is how I'll be ending the stream. If you have a dream, you can live it from right this moment. And if you can live it from right now, and live it for the rest of your life. Live your dream life, guys. We have got only one life and we don't know how long we'll live. 1% battery, okay, I'll end. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I love you all. See you in the next video. Bye. Would be fair to say it's a selfish idea, no offense.